Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
Thanks again for being with us, Andy.
Thank you.
Tell us what it's like to put on a suit, slick back your hair, walk in front of thousands of people and cameras and famous mayors and heads of state and do your shtick. What's it feel like?
Well, mainly it's fun. The way
I would think it would be terrifying.
It's also totally terrifying, but you know, one of the things we enjoy doing is terrifying ourselves. What we do, it's a lot of fun. It's a thrill. There's, you know, imagined danger at least. It's not really dangerous, but you know, you feel like it is. It's just a hoot. I recommend it as an experience.
And you get to make these cool props. Tell us about your Exxon caper.
Yeah, for that we went as Exxon to Canada's third largest oil conference, something like 10,000 attendees from the oil industry, showing off the greatest technologies for destroying the planet. In Alberta, basically, is where, you know, there's the tar sands there, and they're extracting oil in this incredibly dirty way. So when we decided to go and get ourselves invited to this conference as Exxon, and we went and presented Exxon's solution to climate change, which was basically to turn all the dead people that would happen when climate change spirals out of control, turn all those dead people into fuel. We basically said there's nothing to worry about because we're ready to turn dead people into fuel.
Well, let's take a look at what you actually did at that conference.
Good evening. A bizarre situation today at the Go Expo Energy Conference at Stampede Park.
Organizers and hundreds of Alberta oil and gas executives got duped.
They'd been promised a major announcement from a major player in the energy industry. Attendees paid $50 a head to hear this speech from the National Petroleum Council, a group that advises the White House on oil and gas matters.
Welcome to Go Expo's keynote luncheon. Please welcome S.K. Wolf.
First, I need to say how wonderful it is to see on all the faces here today the childlike exuberance of a great industry in full flower. And why not? Without oil, at least 4 billion people would starve, and starving would become the new black. But I'm not here today to pat us all on the back.
I guess the big question is, why doesn't Halliburton or Exxon or Dow Chemical come after you guys with everything they've got?
I think it would backfire. I think it would look really dumb if, you know, we're clearly not more than two guys with cheap business suits. And if you had Halliburton coming after us and saying, you can't make fun of us, it would just look really silly.
So, okay, so far, 10 years, almost 9 years of doing these hoaxes, and no corporate entity has come to shut you down.
So we've tried to get threats out of corporations, but we've pretty universally failed.
Tell us about the caper you pulled on Halliburton.
Well, we got ourselves invited as Halliburton to a conference on Gulf Coast reconstruction, an insurance conference. And there we presented Halliburton's solution to climate change, which is simply to make sure that the richest people survive it. You know, it's a bad thing if millions of people die from climate change, but it's okay if the leaders of corporations survive to fuel the next, you know, wave of profit. So we present a suit to enable CEOs to survive anything. It's a big, bulbous, round suit with 6 arms.
Well, let's take a look at that suit.
Okay.
Here's a look at Halliburton's disaster recovery suit.
We want something that's going to be able to save a human being no matter what Mother Nature throws at him. And so this is the answer. This is the Halliburton Survivaball. It's 3 easy steps for deployment: suiting up, inflating, and of course, launching. Launching out of a building, and we have an artist's rendition of what it might be like in Houston when we launch our Survivaballs. In the event of extreme catastrophe, there might be a scarcity of resources. In this case, we've got a Survivaball here that's going up and extracting resources in this case from an animal, and you don't want to be exposed to the elements, but you still want to be able to extract resources from, for example, a cow. They're going to be able to go underwater, rated at 50 feet. They can be used in any condition. It doesn't matter whether you're in a landslide in California or even in the Arctic. Of course, any other conditions, whether it's tsunamis or tornadoes, the Survivaball is designed to withstand.
Okay, I mean, and I can't believe that nobody in the room, all these insurance executives, didn't say, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I was surprised as well. It was especially surprising, when they came up and they said, yeah, how's this working against terrorism as well? And, guess it'll be expensive, but, people who need it will be able to afford it. It was pretty trippy, pretty trippy.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.